Thank you, Epic Games, for sponsoring this video. I've been in the middle of a strange mystery in Bright Falls.
Welcome to the Bureau.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation has sent us some packages, and I wanted to catch you up to speed on what we've received so far before we get into our third mystery package. Of course, in our first one here, we received an FBI box, as well as a letter from the FBI welcoming us into the Bureau. Included were a lot of course, key pieces of equipment to help us along our journey, including the world's greatest FBI mug. And in our little packages inside of this box is where we started finding our actual equipment. So within this first one here, I received my special agent badge lanyard, as well as a little notebook to help us write down any of our clues and mysteries. Inside of the second package inside of this box, we found our gloves to make sure we're not tampering with any evidence or contaminating it, as well as a blacklight to try and help us find any extra clues that may have been missed from just a general and quick search. We are a rookie after all. We got to make sure we're checking things diligently. Within this next little package in here, found some little thumbtacks as well as some string so that we can start piecing together different pieces of our clues, and some sticky notes and some hardtack. I wanted to make sure I got every little piece of this mystery, so I made sure as well to take my blacklight and start investigating this box itself. Upon doing so, I found a little arrow that pointed to a false bottom and revealed an envelope with a mysterious note and a photo inside. So within our second mailer that was sent off to us, I got another case here from the FBI, another box, and we've got some information about Wendy Davis and Ted Lane inside of this one. We got different case files, a map of Bright Falls to help us kind of pin down each of the locations, and different pieces of evidence, one of which was a key that was found near the body of Wendy Davis. Within the case files themselves, obviously we are able to find coroner's reports, the actual sheriff's reports, crime scene photos, and newspaper clippings. And most interesting of all with these newspaper clippings, I used my blacklight to find a highlighted number 348, and the key is the key written on it. Upon just like looking through the key, I found all of these different arrows showing that I should open this thing up, crack it open, and inside I found a mysterious cipher. So all of these pieces kind of combined together, and it really just kept deepening this mystery even further. So before the next package even arrived, I got a mysterious email from Stacy Marrow. She said that there was another murder in Bright Falls and made sure that this was my top priority. She also sent over a little newspaper clipping detail about the man that was found in the dumpster. And of course, we needed to kind of figure out what was going on with Percy Wolf, see if there was an actual connection so that we can send more agents off to Bright Falls. So in this package, I've got obviously the new letter from the FBI, different pieces of evidence, and a box that we needed to figure out. There's a code that wouldn't allow us to get in without knowing it. The FBI letter, of course, talks about Percy and kind of gives us an up-to-date on a bird watcher that they found a dictaphone from that has some information from him. Inside, we got that dictaphone. I was able to turn it on, and there's some grim recordings, 3 of them to be exact, where the bird watcher was walking through and had gruesome sounds, rushing water, and so many different mysteries going on.
What do you want? Leave me alone. Just whatever you want. Leave me alone.
So within the evidence, continuing on, we have a menu from the Oh Dear Diner. And on top of having just some standard menu fare, there were some strange triangles in the bottom right. This immediately got me thinking about our cipher that we received from Wendy's keys. So I'm going to put this off to the side for now, so that way I can at least take a look at my other evidence pieces before continuing on and moving into this mystery itself. Within Percy Wolf's case file, of course, we had a picture of the victim's profile, the coroner's reports, and pictures from the crime scene. You can see some grim pictures here and some photos by the dumpster. What's very interesting here is Percy had strap marks on his wrist, unintelligible writing, like seared into his skin almost, and bloating on his body, which directly relates to bloating from Wendy, which she was found at the bottom of Cauldron Lake, and bloating from Ted Lane, but he was nowhere near a body of water. Ted Lane also happened to have strap marks on his wrist, which matches up almost perfectly with Percy Wolfe. So there's a lot of similarities that are happening with all of these, but there's not quite a way for me to connect them unless I'm able to dig a little bit deeper into this mystery. So immediately I go back and check on the number that was on the locksmith advertisement. The numbers 3, 4, and 8, and I immediately thought to check on the lockbox. After getting through and clicking through the numbers, I heard a larger click, which led me to know that the box was opened. And inside, I found a dirty and bloody tie strap, which, oh my gosh, this is the perfect connection that we needed to tie Percy and Ted Lane together, as they both had those bruises on their wrists. So this is something that I need to reach out immediately about. But before I do so, I want to check back with the diner and the triangles that were listed here. I pulled out my cipher, connected each of these triangles to their corresponding number, which led me to just having a bunch of mismatched numbers. So my first thought was actually just to add these together and figure out if they corresponded to different letters, and they did. And they showed Take Heart Rookie, which is so cool, but also so creepy, because that means somebody is taking note of my actions, my investigative skills, and it's leading to a whole mess of this mystery. So I got everything up on my case board here, started connecting the dots, and this is where I really started kind of tying together each of these individual pieces. Wendy Davis, of course, was found at the bottom of Cauldron Lake. She had bloating, she had organ removal, and she had the evidence which had a key and a cipher. Ted here, he was found on the outskirts of Watery. He had bloating, he had his markings on the wrist from being tied down, and he had a newspaper clipping which had the numbers 3, 4, and 8. With this, we wouldn't have been able to find out what is inside of the lockbox from Percy Wolfe. That 3, 4, 8 led to finding the tie strap, and Percy having those strap marks as well and bloating. His case has that direct connection between the two. And of course, Wendy, we have the details of the cipher that allowed us to decode the information on the diner menu, which said the Take Heart Rookie. And something else that's interesting, obviously the bird watcher had the details showing that there's rushing water and someone that is preparing to potentially hurt more people. So I went ahead and reached out to Agent Marrow and sent them this following message. In light of the evidence, I've come up with some further details potentially linking these cases together. At the scene of Percy Wolfe's murder, we found a lockbox that contained the bloody straps, which was only able to be opened after linking this directly with Ted Lane's evidence from the case files. Curious to note is that both Ted Lane and Percy had markings on their wrists. I believe the strap was used to constrain both Ted and Percy with their respective murders. In the case of Wendy Davis, I found evidence from her car key, which led to a code that could only be deciphered from her case to decode the menu from Percy's crime scene as well. The most curious detail is the bird watcher's dictaphone. The rushing water and commentary about the mysterious entity make me believe each of these victims fell to the same fate, with the case of each of their bloating with the examiner report. It's curious as well, both Wendy and Percy had organs removed, which seems to link these cases together as well. Top of all the evidence, our newest potential victim, the birdwatcher, seems to indicate that more murders are going to continue to happen unless we head to Bright Falls as soon as possible. Let me know if this evidence should be sufficient to justify a trip out there. So I sent off this information to Stacy, and we managed to get a reply back from her. Rookie, thank you for bringing the links between these 3 murders in Bright Falls to our attention. Your meticulous investigative work has been key to shining new light on the unsolved murders of Ted Lane and Wendy Davis. Linking them to the murder of Percy Wolfe allows us to send more units to Bright Falls to investigate further. Davis and Lane's cases have been reopened thanks to your efforts, which will be of great comfort to their families and loved ones. I have forwarded your findings to FBI Special Agent Saga Anderson, who has asked me to thank you on her behalf and inform you that your diligence has not gone unnoticed. Agents Anderson and Casey are currently busy preparing for their departure to Bright Falls, but hope that you'll be able to work alongside them on a field investigation soon. With the perseverance you have demonstrated in this task, I suspect that will happen sooner rather than later. Congratulations on your excellent detective work, rookie. Yours sincerely, Supervisory Special Agent Stacy Merrill. So this is so cool because this, obviously Saga and Casey are two of the characters that are in Alan Wake 2 that are going to be exploring Bright Falls. And thanks to our investigative work within all of these cases, we managed to kind of piece this together, inform the FBI, and let them know about everything that's been going on here. So this has been such an incredible journey to go on, and again, I just can't thank Epic Games and Remedy Entertainment enough for sponsoring this and sending off such cool equipment, as well as just cool evidence pieces. Also got to check out about 3 hours of Alan Wake 2 myself at a live event in LA about last month, and man, I literally cannot wait to play this game for myself and to really just check this all out. But thank you all so much for watching. If you'd like to check out Alan Wake 2 for yourself, make sure you use the link in my description to pre-order it. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Love to hear any thoughts and feelings from you all. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, consider doing so. Hit that bell notification, that way you know exactly when I'm uploading any new videos. But with all of that being said, you all are awesome. You all are amazing. And I cannot wait to see you all in the next video. Later.